The weather was touch and go, but that didn't stop the demonstrators gathering in Casemate Square ahead of their march to number 6 Convent Place. The long list of complaints range from the GHA, community care and mental health issues to housing and other public services, youth employment, pollution and failures in the legal system, among others.
There's so many issues that many people are unhappy with. Me particularly, the biggest one for me is the community care issue, which I think has been disgraceful, the way that the government or the GSLP have been for many years saying that community care was safe in their hands always and only safe in their hands, but it's turned out that that's not to be, that's not true.
Since our last demonstration, we still have had absolutely no result whatsoever. The government's digging its heels in. They say it's nothing to do with them. The community care say that they haven't got anything that they can do, so it's a stalemate and it just can't continue like this.
I think that the deal is being done without our consent and without any information being given out to people.
A letter was handed in to the Chief Minister with 2 key demands.
The main ones, which I've requested them changing in the way his government are handling the many issues. But I've asked for 2 immediate responses, right? One is a free line for the appointment telephone. When you call the GHA and you're waiting and it says there's 30 in the queue, please hold the line. And when you get to 30, they say, sorry, no more appointments left, right? You're left with a £10 bill or more, or you're left without credit. Right? So I want him to do a free phone service like the 111 where somebody can call for an appointment and he doesn't have, and they all don't have to pay any charge for calling. And the second one is, right, the treaty. That is the most important. The deals and no deals and all that. The treaty, I want him to come out publicly stating that when it comes for ratification to the House of Parliament, that if it's not voted unanimously, the 17 elected members of Parliament are not all in favour of it, he wouldn't accept it. We don't want the government majority passing it through and shoving it down our throats. If there's a majority, right, then he has to put it to the people of Gibraltar to decide. The third one is to do with disability rights. Right, I mentioned it in the health, but no, it's disability rights. It's got nothing to do with the health, but it's rights. Under the UN Charter, they will give them more rights, which haven't been implemented under the Gibraltar government.
Look, we live in a democracy and the right to demonstrate is one of our most sacred rights. I've demonstrated many times when I haven't been in government, and I think it's good that people should feel that they have the right, the ability, and where they have the desire, the opportunity to demonstrate when they think it's appropriate and necessary. And so I've obviously welcomed the demonstrators and received their communication. We do not consider that an agreement on immigration and potentially on the movement of goods, that is to say trade between Gibraltar and the European Union, is something that has to go to a referendum. Gibraltar belongs to the people of Gibraltar. That is to say, the registered Gibraltarians, who will be the ones who will decide Gibraltar's political future now and forever.
The demonstrators expressed disappointment that the only opposition MP present was Edwin Reyes from the GSD, but appreciated that Mr. Picardo had remained behind to accept their letter.
I'd like to thank Mr. Picardo for coming, because I was told he wasn't going to be here because he was going to fly out to Scotland for this COP convention. But it really surprised me that he was here.
Well, the demonstrators have made their feelings very clear. They've delivered a whole raft of complaints and demands to the Chief Minister, at the top of which is the GHA. They're calling for a free phone line for the people to be able to access appointments. Far more complicated, though, is a resolution to treaty negotiations. That's still ongoing. So what happens next is unclear, but the demonstrators have made their voices heard and they will continue to do so.